Okay, we're live with Iconic TV. Welcome to a show that is going to change your sales, change your income, and make your life so much easier. You know, being in sales, it's a lot like being a professional athlete. And what you want to do is be the best of the best. You don't want to be the kind of person who's always sitting on the bench. You don't want to be the type of person that you can't close your deals or you get a little bit there, but you don't finish. Think of it like golf, right? With golf, you aren't going to win the game unless you have a putter. You've got to get it in the hole. Same thing, let's say football. Hey, how are you going to do it if you can't get it in the end zone? And in order for you to grow your business and make more money in your business, you actually have to have that putter, right? That putter is being able to overcome objections. And I get it. A lot of people don't like sales to begin with. But when it comes to objections, that's where people seem to really get a little worried. Now, I've worked with over 100,000 sales professionals in all different industries, and what's common is the people that are the best at overcoming objections, knowing how to use them, where to play them, right? It's like if you're doing a strategy on a team, who's going to play this position and this position, you have to know how, when, and where to use objection handling skills in order to make your sales super easy. So I'm Connie Scavella. I am your host for this show, also the founder of the Iconic Entrepreneur Group and Movement. And I'm a three-time number one best-selling author, international speaker, and I am known as a business growth strategist. And our specialty that we focus on is turning businesses around, right? If you're struggling, maybe you were doing something great, but you wanted to make a pivot. A lot of people made a pivot a couple years ago. Right now is the time that you're going to see people starting to make a pivot. We're always telling you in advance when you need to make shifts in your business. Now is the time, because the landscape is going to completely change. And a lot of people don't see it. It's sort of like boiling a frog, isn't it? And you put it in the water and it's a little warmer, a little warmer, a little warmer, and soon it gets cooked. And if you're not paying attention to what's happening in the market right now, it's getting a little warmer, it's getting a little warmer, and you might get cooked if you don't start shifting your strategy and looking at your business in a different way. And the most important thing is your sales. How are you going to get revenue? Now, the problem is that I don't know if you love sales or if you loathe them. So as you're getting started here with me, if you're the first time here, we've invited a bunch of new people into our group, the Iconic Entrepreneur Group. So if you are not there, just type #group down below and we'll get you a link, and I'll get you an invitation and give you a welcome gift when you come in. But go ahead up there. If you're on StreamYard, there's a link you can click. It's totally safe. If you are watching me on YouTube, down here, there's a subscribe button because this is a brand new channel now. So subscribe if you're on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, go there later. Look for @ConnieScavella and subscribe, because I'm going to put separate things over there than I do in our group. So I always want to make sure that we give you the strategies and the principles to scale your business from 6 figures to 7 figures in 1 year or less, without the stress, the struggle, and the overwhelm. And if that sounds good to you, you are definitely in the right place. So what are we talking about today? We're talking about really the 5 best ways that you can overcome objections so that you can double your income. And that is a really easy promise for me to make, because objections are really key. But they're not really anything. Sort of like time, right? Everybody talks about time. Time is such an issue, but in reality, time doesn't actually exist. So objections are the same way. People worry about it, but they don't have to really exist. Doesn't that make you feel better? Yes? Give me a yes? Okay. So if you love sales, tell me, love, give me a love if you love sales. If you loathe sales, you don't like sales at all, I want you to tell me that too. All right. Which one is it? Do you love it or do you loathe it? I want to know who's here. Put it down in the comments. Let me know where you're coming in from. We are streaming to you live from Del Mar, California, a beautiful sunny beach where it's almost always at least 76 degrees out here. It's awesome. But we're going to heat things up right now. And by the way, if you're stuck, I want to give you some tips that we have some great giveaways here today. But anytime that you're stuck, right, this is always free for you. But if you are stuck, I want to help you out. If you are overwhelmed, frustrated, whatever it is, just type #profits. And I will take a really close deep dive look into your business. I'll ask you some questions. And we will do what we call getting you cubed, okay? And I'll show you what I mean by that. We're going to get you cubed because this is sort of the thing that we do, right? And really take your business and cube it, okay? So I can look at least 4 areas of your life, of your business, right? And we will figure out what the problem is. And we'll get you cubed in about 45 minutes. And in the 45 minutes, guess what? I can find $100,000 of revenue for you in your business, and you won't have to spend any money on marketing or ads. So if you want to get cubed, just type #profits down below. As you can see down below, there's all kinds of things that we have going on today. It is birthday month, and so I like to have all kinds of treats and goodies for you guys as well. So your goodie for you today is this. So we are going to give you this treat. We're going to give you a program. It's a guidebook, so you can figure out exactly how to get 10 clients in 90 days. And we are talking high ticket clients. Okay. So 10 high ticket clients in 90 days. Now we always assume high ticket. If you're wondering, high ticket is at least $5,000. So that should be $50,000 in your bank in 90 days. So if you would like that, I'm going to give that to you free because it is birthday month. All you have to do is type #clients and we will get that to you, and we'll give you a link right away today so you can have that and you can go there. And not only is it the guidebook and the step-by-step how to do it, but we will also give you a video training to go with it. Again, birthday month is a good month. So everything I'm going to show you today about, remember, objections is great. It's one piece of the whole sales process. And sales is just a piece of the whole process of growing your business. So you do have to master all of it. And what I'm pulling from here is our high ticket selling formula. Okay. This is how we scale your business from 6 to 7 figures in a year. And so where we are talking right now, okay, so you see our process, it's all based on singularity. This is our whole cube. And in the gray, in the middle, you'll see that rocket ship, and it's all about strategic sales. Okay. And that's what we're talking about. But obviously in your whole business, you can't just look at one piece. Okay. You have to look at the whole picture. And that's what we do here all the time. But today we are looking at this piece, and that is objections and how to overcome them forever. If you do want, again, to book that strategy, we'll look at your marketing, we'll look at your sales, we'll sit down, have a cup of coffee over Zoom, and get everything handled for you. You can go to meetconnie.com, or you can just type #call, okay? And we will take care of you. So for some of you who don't know this, that I do have a weird background, and one of them is I really dig science and things like that. I like to know when I give you guys a strategy, I like to know that it's proven, that I can back it up with science. So we're going to take you into the matrix, right? This is the place or point from which something originates, takes place. Where does it develop? Okay. Why are we talking about this matrix? Because most people get overwhelmed with sales. And there is a great law in physics that we use. It's one of our 4 cornerstone laws, and one of the maxims. We go off of 4 maxims of science to prove everything that we teach. And one of them is called Occam's razor. Are you familiar with this? Okay. Occam's razor says, I'll give you a visual so you have an idea what I'm talking about, that when you're looking at something and there's all these different variables and options, what you want to do is reduce it down to the absolute minimum, the absolute essential things that are necessary and nothing more. But most people, when you talk about sales and closing and all of that, they get a little overwhelmed, and they put in all these layers and levels, and they try to just look smart by having a lot of complexity to it. And our method to help you overcome these objections is actually, we want you to ace your closing. Okay. So I'm going to show you our aced method. It's simple, it's better, it uses Occam's razor, so it's scientifically proven, it works, and it's exactly what we use. I don't teach what we don't use or haven't tried. So I want you guys to know everything that we do is proven and tested. And what do we have to look at? We talked about the 5 best ways. So in order to figure out the 5 best ways, guess what we have to do? We have to figure out what the 5 problems are. So what is the problem that people are having? Here's the biggest problem when it comes to objections. And that important part of the sale, right? Because that's where, if you can't handle the objections, you can't get the ball in the hole, right? You can't get it over the end zone. And so a lot of people don't know when. Okay, when do I handle these objections? They don't know who's dealing with it. Am I bringing them up, or is the client bringing up? How do I actually address these? How do I overcome those? How do I even know when they're coming? And then where do I handle it in the whole presentation? Like, what if they ask me right away, okay, before we get started, how much is it? Do you answer that right then and there, or do you wait, right? These are some things that I'm going to show you today. And the what, right? What are the objections? Here's the thing. It's not a mystery. If you don't know what objections are coming up, you haven't practiced your methodology yet. You don't know several things, okay? You must know in advance how these objections are going to come up. Now, what we do with our clients, we give them a sheet, all right? And they can actually list the top 25 objections that they would have. We put them in categories so that they know how to address it. And then we have, in each of those categories, there can be a simple story to explain the objection. And boom, it's so easy. You don't feel like an imposter. You don't feel like you're selling and all of that. And when you don't know how to deal with objections, or you're intimidated by them, that's when you say things like, oh, I don't want to be salesy or slimy or pushy or high pressure. Okay. The way we deal with it is you don't have any of that. Okay. Most of the time, our clients close themselves. Right. So you must be a chess master in your sales presentations. And that means you need to know a few moves ahead where you're going. Right? A little coaching tip is, you never really ask a question unless you know the answer in advance. That will keep all the surprises out of the scene for you. Okay. And when you're dealing with sales, there is some nuances. Okay. Because sales is an art, but you must back it up with the science that we're teaching you today. So there's layers to your sales process, right? There's the words that you're going to use, how you're going to answer those objections with words, how you answer them with tonality, and then how you answer them with visuals. Now, the visuals are very important. We believe it's very, very important, especially how many people have service-based businesses out here? Who's got a service-based business? You might be a coach or a consultant, or you do something that's intangible. They can't see it, right? It's not like you're selling a widget. And if you have intangible sales, who's got, yeah, I see some intangible sales in the comments. Okay. You've got intangible sales, then you have to have some visual element to it, right? I'm a terribly intangible, right? How am I going to quantify taking you from 6 figures to 7 figures in 1 year without the stress and the struggle and the overwhelm? Well, I have to make it tangible, because you're going to have a business that's as clear as this cube. See how easy that is, but it still has dimension to it, right? And so I can show you that everything you're going to do is as simple as these 4 sides of a cube. And wow, that's it. Just like you look at our, we're going to show you how you can have your objections aced, A, B, C, D, right? It's, you remember the famous doctor, right? So I could scare you. I got a doctorate in physics. I might go a little too linear and over the top, but I love this doctor here. Famous doctor I like to quote a lot. Anybody familiar with this doctor? Dr. Seuss, good companion of mine in my childhood. Right? Didn't he simplify everything down to ABC, right? 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. That was my personal favorite. Who was your favorite Dr. Seuss thing? I'm here in San Diego. He used to live here when he was out in La Jolla, which is 5 miles from here. But this is how you want to look at sales, okay? Keep it super simple. Occam's razor. Either way you look at it, Dr. Seuss or Occam's razor, this is how you want to simplify the process. If you overcomplicate it, your prospects are going to have a hard time figuring out what you're doing. And a confused mind always says no. So that's a very important thing for you to understand. What makes them say no? What makes them say yes? How many people have heard this? Tell me if you've heard this or taught it. Buyers are liars. Have you guys heard that? Buyers are liars. Give me a yes. Okay. Give me a thumbs up. Have you heard buyers are liars? Buyers are liars. Tell me yes. Yes, yes, yes. Well, I have heard that too. And a lot of people say that, but I don't think they're liars. I think they're afraid. They're afraid to be taken advantage of, to make the wrong decisions. And I also believe if you go into it thinking buyers are liars, you're already setting up kind of a controversy, right, with your people. Hold them in esteem, right? But you can figure out the difference between lying and telling the truth. And that's the key, right? The secret is to detect truth from falsehood. And if you can do that, it's very, very simple for you, okay? So we go into a lot on this, on distinguishing truth from falsehood. That's I spent 12 years talking about and studying predictable human behavior and teaching it. But not today. Today, we're going to make some sales. So I want you to answer this fill in the blank question. Are you ready? Okay. Would you like a prize for this? Okay. How about this? This isn't for this. Okay. This, do you guys know what this is? It's hard to tell. Okay. But if I flip it this way, you guys can see, right? You know what fruit that is. That's an apple. Okay. This is a brand new iPad. And the reason I'm showing you this is because I want your feedback. You guys are here watching this. It's all free. I love it, but I want to do even better. I want you guys, who would love to have this, by the way? Would you like this? Can I give this to you? Can I just stick it through the camera here? Okay. This thing is brand new. I want to give it to you. And what we're doing is our fall iconic survey. It's 10 questions that we're going to ask you. You can go to conniescavella.com/survey. My team will put it down in the comments below and go there. Pick a time that works for you. I'm going to hop on the phone with you, ask you 10 questions because I want to know what you're thinking, what's going on in your world and in your side of the business. What do you need? What do you need help with? Because I always want to make sure that we have our finger on the pulse of the market. And anytime we work with new products for our clients or new people that are coming in, I want to know what you want to have, what you want to help you grow your business. And in order to say thank you for your time, we're going to do a drawing of the people that do participate in the survey. And it's through the end of this month. And then at the end of the month, it ends on Halloween. And then everyone who does the survey, your name will be in a drawing. And we are cutting it off at 50. So it's not like there's going to be 5,000 people and you're only going to be one of 5,000. You're going to be one of 50 who will get this. We'll send it right out to you. Okay, with a few other little goodies in there. So just take our survey. It's really fun, simple. Oh, and by the way, I am not selling you one thing. It is not disguised as a sales call or anything like that. I want to hear from you. You don't need to hear from me on that. So here's the question I have for you right now. So stay tuned because I'm going to show you the ACE formula, how you overcome objections in a minute. So what is the number one way to crush objections? If you have really good eyesight, you know. It's right there on the bottom. It says eliminate them in advance. You have to get rid of the objection before they start speaking it, because by the time they say it, they've been thinking it in their head over and over and over. Now it's solidified. And it's hard to break that pattern. So you want to talk about all their objections before they ever get brought up. Okay, what does that mean? You have to know who your audience is. The three things you have to know is what is the problem that they have, what is the outcome that they want, the result, and what is the priority of this. Because they could have a big problem, but maybe they don't care if it fixes or not, right? I've been dealing with it so long, oh well. And maybe they don't know their outcome. If they don't know the outcome, the result, they can't picture a different experience. And so they're like, oh, it's going to be too hard. But if you say, wow, you'll have $83,000 coming into your bank every single month. Can you picture that? Wow, that would change my life, right? So they need to know what's the outcome and you need to know it. And then is it important? Because this is shocking to me. A lot of people say, well, Connie, I don't want $1 million. As they run off and buy a $1 billion lottery ticket. But it's not that they don't want the million. They don't want what they perceive is the effort. Because if you're not at six figures right now, this is very important. If you're not at six figures right now, getting to six figures, or if you've been there, or maybe you're starting a new business, getting to six figures is very, very hard. From 6 to 7 is very, very easy. It's Pareto's principle, okay? It's 20% effort from 6 to 7, 80% effort from 0 to 6. So a lot of people say, I don't want $1 million because they think they have to work 10 times harder. And it's the exact opposite. Promise. I promise. Okay. Trust me on that one. So you need to know who that person is, because otherwise you won't know what the objections are and when that person is likely to ask them, especially if you don't know what their priority is. And we've done other trainings on how to figure all that out. So you need to control the show. You need to make sure that you understand what it is before they become real objections. You've got to put them in your presentation before they become objections at the end, okay? You have to address the objections and handle them before you close. A lot of people don't understand the sales process, okay? There's two parts to it. There's the selling. I should do it this way. Okay, there's the selling. Okay, that's when you're talking about everything, you're educating them, you're asking questions. That's selling, okay? Most people think the close is the selling. And then there's the close. And there's like a hard line in between. So you don't cross over, okay? You don't close when you're selling and you don't sell when you're closing, okay? So you have to know, where are these objections coming in? If you want to master the sale, you handle the objections within your presentation over here before you ever get to the close. All the objections that they would possibly have, you need to address before you get to the close, okay? Because once you get to the close, you can't go back and sell it. So does that make sense? If I confused you, just type call, hashtag call down below. And if you want this, if you want the 10 clients in 90 days, assuming you have $5,000 and up, that's $50,000 in 90 days. If you don't have a $5,000 offer, then you need to definitely do hashtag clients and hashtag call, so we can help you boost up your offer, okay, and have more value to your audience. So, are you making rookie mistakes? All right. How many of you think when you get to your presentation and then they say, well, why didn't you tell me that earlier? Well, that's not their job. Okay. That's a rookie thing, right? Like, oh, I wish I would have known that, and then you try to go back and sell. You can't do that because you already crossed the hard line, didn't you? You're in the close, and then they tell you something that you didn't anticipate. I'm like, I didn't know that. Nope, you missed your shot. Okay. And it's gonna be very difficult, but pretty much impossible to get that back. So that's a rookie mistake. I'm going to show you 8 different types of closes, and then I'm going to give you the answer. Just hold on another minute. I'm going to show you the ACE formula. How about this? Another rookie mistake. But, you go online, here's what I have, and it's $5,000, and you go right into it. But if you buy it today, I'll cut the price. How many of you do that? You're so afraid of a no, you cut your price before you even get an answer, okay? Total rookie mistake. You just cut your value, not the price. Now they don't trust you anymore. They lost all the trust, okay? So here's the 8 common objections. How many of these are you committing? So tell me which ones you are guilty of here, okay? Do you hear these in your presentations? Oh, I need to talk to my spouse, right? And the goldfish and the fence post, that's a delay tactic. I need to think about it. That's a stall, all right? Oh, I have a coach already, another stall, right? And I just don't have the money, right? That's an easy one. Nothing is ever a money issue, ever, 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 ever. It's a value issue. We overcome that so simply. We just say, great. How about if we cut your payment 75%? Because we can finance anybody as long as 9 years. It doesn't matter. You just have to have a 500 credit score. Okay. What about, I tried this before and it didn't work. Okay. That's fear. What about, I don't have the time? How many of you get the time? Like, I don't have time right now, or it's not the right time. My kids are going to school, or I'm buying a house. Time. Remember, time doesn't exist. So this is distinguishing truth from falsehood. And so this is kind of along the lines of, we're going to pray about it tonight, or I never make these big decisions on the spot. Do you guys get that one? Okay. Those are 8 common ones. Okay. How many of you get some of those? Give me a yes. If you do get some of those, give me a yes.
Well, yes.
Yeah. You're getting those, right? So would you like to know how to overcome those? Of course you would. Okay. So, by the way, if sales and objections are only part of your problem, okay? If you think I need more sales and all you do is you go out and you try and get leads and do more marketing and more lives, you're actually missing the boat. You probably don't know the right thing that you need to do. Just type pop quiz and you can actually get this as a checklist. It's a quiz you can take. All the answers are in the quiz, so you don't have to even speak to us if you don't want to get the results right now. And that will be for your marketing. Are you doing your marketing wrong or right? So that's another birthday month treat for you. If you haven't gotten everything that we're giving out today, make sure that you type hashtag replay, okay? Hashtag replay, so that we can get you all the goodies that we have for you today. And I'll share those with you down below too, in case you just got here. And type replay, okay? Just type hashtag replay if you missed any of this, because there's some really juicy things that we are covering. And of course, we are giving out a free iPad. So anyone who does our survey, ConnieScavella.com/survey this month, we're giving out a free iPad to one lucky winner. It's 10 questions, takes about 15-20 minutes, depending on how much you talk. And there's nothing for us to sell you. Really, really, really. Okay. So let's take a look at this. Of those 8 questions, right, that those common ones, the hardest objection is the hidden objection, right? They'll tell you, oh, it's this, it's this, it's this. But the hardest one is the hidden one. And do you know which one is the hidden one? Those are, when you get this, you have it. Okay. So here's 3 common hidden objections. And this is really what it boils down to. Everything else is surface. Number 1, which one do you think it's going to be? Number 1 says, I don't trust you. That's what's really going on in their head. Number 2, I don't trust your company or your industry. All you car salesmen are the same, or you solar people, or whatever. Okay. That's the industry. And I don't trust myself. That's a third one. Okay. So internal, external, and intrinsic. That's what those 3 objection types are. So you always want to make sure in my presentation, am I addressing those? Now I want to take another quiz, one more quiz, and then I'll show you the formula to make sure you can overcome objections. That's our ACE formula. It's 4 steps. Okay. And the answer, what do you think? Is it 1, 2, or 3? Which one is the answer to the hidden objection? Okay, I'll show it to you again. I don't trust you, I don't trust your company, or I don't trust myself. Which one do you think is the hidden objection almost everybody has? This one. I don't trust myself. Think about you. Think about what you do. If you were in the market for a coach right now, and I said, hey, I'm a high ticket coach, I can take you and do all this stuff. You're like, yeah, that all looks great, but you know what? Here's the truth, Connie. I have had 10 coaches in the last year. I signed up for 47 different programs. None of it worked. I didn't finish it. I didn't start it. I'm probably not smart enough. I don't know if I'm in the right industry. I don't know if I could have high ticket. I just don't feel like I'm good enough to compete with everybody else. Most people have that as their hidden objection, right? They don't trust themselves to actually succeed. And obviously, look how hard it is when you're following the wrong strategies or when you don't even have a strategy. Okay. So that's why I just want to encourage you. If you're one of those people, book a strategy session. Take a look at what we would tell you. It's totally free. Okay. I'll tell you exactly what your strategy should be. And I will lay it out. And I will tell you exactly how much money you can make when you follow the strategy. And if you say, no, I'm not going to do that or that, then I'll show you how much you will leave on the table by not doing it or looking at your strategy. And I'll compare how much money you'll make on your strategy to how much money you would make if you follow my 7-figure strategy. Okay. So most people don't trust themselves. You have to really address that. Okay. So let's take a look. This is what you came for. You want to know, how do I do this? What is the step? Make it simple for me to overcome objections, right? Okay, that is my promise for you today. Let's make it simple. This is the 4-step objection handling formula. Okay, it's ACED, ACED. That way you can remember, and you can remember, which step have I completed? So the first thing that you want to do is agree. Like, you have to, people don't want you to say, oh, no, that's not true. Right? Don't you have resistance to them when they say that? So let's say the objection is, Connie, I love this. I want to work with you, but I just don't have the time. I'm so busy. Okay. And I would agree, right? Because I want to agree with their position. I agree with that. Everything you've told me, you've got a lot on your plate, and your time is almost completely all booked out. But the question is, and I'm going to go to the next step, clarify. Right? Let's clarify this. The question is, all the time that you are spending, is it all on the right stuff? Like, are you doing the things that are actually going to make a difference? Are you doing the return ROI activities, return on your investment of time? Where is it, okay, that you're actually spending your time? Can you tell me? And how much and why you're doing that? And like, what research have you done to say that that is the best thing for my time, right? So I'm going to agree. Yeah, you have no time. But I want to clarify, is that a real legitimate issue? And then I want to explore it more, right? So E is explore. This is where we're going to expand on their view and their understanding. So what that means is when I go into a presentation, my only goal is not to close somebody. My only goal is to give them enough information, 100% of the information, so that they can make the most intelligent decision for themselves. My goal is never to close. My goal is to make sure they have 100% of the information for them to be intelligent about their answer, right? And I will then explore and expand on different things that they need to know and what they are missing in their knowledge base so that they can look at things perhaps from a different viewpoint. And then based on that new viewpoint, the new intel that they just were provided, we go into D, then they can decide, right? Well, have you ever looked at the 5-hour CEO workday? That's how we schedule it. We do something called blitz and break. And that way you never burn out, you never fry out your brain. Also, when you come in, I'm going to take a look at your schedule. I'm going to eliminate 80% of the things you're doing off of your plate so that you have more free time. In fact, to work with us, it's only 2 hours a day that you need to put into your business to get the results that we're talking about. Does that make sense? If you only had to put 2 hours a day and you had a 5-hour workday, and you could get every quarter, you could double your results and hit $83,000 a month in 12 months, would that make you feel more comfortable about moving forward with us? That's the decide. That's the D. Well, yeah, if I could do all that, it's a no-brainer, right? If I'd be doing less working with you than working on my own, of course, I would decide to move forward. And that's how simple it is to work with an objection. ACED, ACED, agree, clarify, explore, and decide. Okay, so if you want this, you want to watch this back, just put #replay, okay? And if you need more help with sales, you need more help with your marketing, or you need help with your strategy, I would love to help you out with that, because we're here every Tuesday, 5 p.m., and giving you different strategies. You tell us what you want. Come join our survey. Let us know what kind of things you want. But hop on, right? When you've had enough information, my team is here, Angie and Della and Sandy. They're here to give you all the information you need. You might not be ready to talk to me, but you might be in the information gathering process where you want to learn more. So we have over 250 free videos and resources and tools, templates, etc., that you can take. And we like to say our team, our iconic VAs, Angie, Sandy, and Della, they're your librarians. They'll help you check out exactly what you need. And you can say, I don't know what you have, but I really need something on funnels, or I need something on marketing, or I need something on messaging. So whatever you need, or hiring a team, then we will give you those resources and you can look at those at your leisure, and we'll make sure it's the right thing for you. So we're here to help you grow and scale your business so that you can have the life that you've always wanted, so that your business feeds you and you're not feeding your business. So come back here next Tuesday. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all your feedback and all your comments. I really appreciate it. Come back here again. Come to the Iconic Entrepreneur Group and get all the free resources that we have for you. And I will see you next Tuesday, which is my birthday. So go start shopping now. Don't miss next Tuesday, the 17th. That's my birthday. And you know I'm going to have something amazing for you. See you then. Bye-bye.